Kristo. Amin.
Amina. Asante. So welcome, kwanza happy new year, welcome to 2022. Nadhani hii session inaweza kuwa fupi kuliko zile za kawaida, na it is our 20th session since we started August last year. We are looking to have I think another 50 something sessions this year, but kulingana na wasia wa wasomi ni kwamba only a fool runs all through without looking back and examining whether they are running in the right direction or not. So kwa sisi, I think we need to take this opportunity as we begin the new year to jiulize, have we been doing something important? If so, then what aspect maybe was important? Now, which aspect do we need to improve on? Now, maybe which topics, as we go into 2022, which topics do we give priority, or how do we remodel the way we are organizing our talks? So it's everybody's session, and we need to use this session so that we can plan better and that this platform becomes more meaningful. Of course, from feedback, observations, and referrals that we've been getting, it means we've been doing something positive. But to what extent is it positive? So I have prepared around 4 questions that I will be asking, alafu tuweze kujibu, ndo tuweze kusonga. First question is, what worked well? And in that question, tutauliza, which sessions were most memorable? Another question will be, which guests were most educative or inspirational? Maybe we need these guests more. Another question will be, what can we do better from the way we've been handling these in the past? Going to 2022, tufanyeje ndo iwe bora zaidi with our experiences. Alafu swali la mwisho ndo linauliza, which topics in mental health should we give priority to in 2022? Maybe kuna areas ambazo mmependa sana zigusiwe lakini hazijagusiwa, or maybe there are new areas. So nitaomba tuanze na swali la kwanza. If we are good, then we may take just around 30 minutes or less na tutafunga session ya leo. So what worked well with the sessions that we've been conducting? Ni kitu gani kilifanyika vizuri? What do we appreciate that really worked well in the sessions that we've been handling? Kindly, either you can raise your hand or you can use the call chat to answer. Somebody's hand is up. Yes, I think this would be Nuri. Your hand is up.
Assalamu alaikum. Kwanza nitakie kila mmoja heri za mwaka mpya. Bado I think sauti yangu haijakuwa vizuri vile, I'm still recovering. Na kitu ambacho nataka tu nizungumze kuhusiana na hizi Mental Health Tuesday. Na mimi kwa wale ambao tumekuwa tukijoin kila wiki, kuna vitu vingi ambavyo tunaona kwamba vimeenda sawa, na kusema la kweli ni kwamba imekuwa na tija kwa wengi sana, especially myself. Nimekuwa nikijifunza vitu vingi, na ambacho kime stand out sana I think ni zile sessions as a trauma awareness and practice. Maana kuna watu wengi sana huwa hawajui kabisa kama wako kwenye trauma ama vipi, ama pengine ni stress inawaumiza, pengine ni depression. Na zile sessions zilikuwa muhimu sana kwa sababu wengi walipata ile nafasi ya kusema kumbe ikitokea hivi nakuwa sipo sawa. So I think zile session nazo zimesaidia wengi kujua trauma ni nini na inajimanifest vipi kwa mtu. Tukiachana na hicho, pia ile mtu kujua ni kitu gani ambacho mtu anastahili kukifanya akiwa katika hali hizo za trauma, pengine akiwa in stressful situations. Tutakumbuka ile ya kuonyesha mkono na kuhesabu vidole. Kuna hizo za meditation wenye watu walifanya na zingine nyingi ambazo mama Anisa pamoja na mwenzake walikuwa walitupitisha kwenye hizo vitu. Kwa hiyo naamini zile za trauma awareness and practice zimekuwa na mchango mkubwa, na naamini endapo basi tutaendelea kuziangazia itakuwa vizuri, kwa sababu nachoamini ni wengi wapo lakini hawaelewi kabisa hii trauma iko vipi, na as much as tunataka kuambia let's do this, let's do that and the other, lakini ile elimu ya kuitambua trauma ni nini ama inafikia wapi mpaka mtu tuambie uko na trauma, na akiwa nayo basi ni vitu gani ambavyo anastahili kuvifanya ili awe katika nafasi nzuri. Kwa hiyo naamini hizo zimejitokeza sana. Asante.
Shukran sana Nuri. We've talked about trauma awareness and practice, na ukataja mifano like mindfulness breathing, meditation, control breathing exercises. Sawa, asante. Mwingine, you can write on the call chat or you can raise your hand. What worked well in the sessions that we delivered last year? What worked well in the sessions that we delivered last year? Abigail, your hand is up. Please take the stage.
Okay, thank you, Mwachausa, and Happy New Year to everyone. So, to me, what I can say is that the safe space that was created with a lot of confidentiality, it made people to be open. People were so confident in talking, were so open, they aired out their hearts. I think some who cried, they cried. Like the space was so safe for everyone to speak out. There was no bias, and even the guests wale tuliwakaribisha walikuja na so many information. And to repeat on what Nuri has said, or to echo on what Nuri has said, the topic of trauma informed, the practices which we were taught about meditation and everything. I think that was one of the most active session. Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Abigail, for that feedback. Again, anybody else, what worked well in the sessions that we delivered? You can write on the call chat or you can raise your hand. Cephas, your hand is up. Please go.
Happy New Year to everyone. I think kitu ambacho ili work well on my side is the relationship between the facilitators na wale wasikilizaji. Ilikuwa vizuri sana. We were able to listen very well, and the facilitators pia waliweza kubeba watu vizuri, and the content in ambao walikuwa wanashare were of very great help to everyone. Hiyo ilikuwa ni jambo la kwanza. Ya pili, kitu ambacho ilinigusa personally is the triggers of the stress. Ilipotajwa ya kwamba kuna baadhi ya vitu ukisikia inaweza kuwa ni sauti, inaweza kuwa ni hali ya anga na vitu kama hivyo. Yani inaweza ikafanya mtu kukumbuka mazingira ama yale ya matukio ambayo haikumfurahishi yaliyotokea ama ilimletea hiyo stress. Hiyo ilipoguswa ikanipeleka mbali, nikafikiria sana. Na pia kitu ambacho iliweza kunifurahisha ni jinsi gani mtu anaweza kujinasua kutoka kwenye hizi hali ya trauma. So ni vitu ambavyo vilinifurahisha sana. Asanteni.
Shukran sana, Cephas. Again, we are still at the first question. What do you appreciate most? What worked well in the sessions that we delivered in 2021? Ni vitu gani ambavyo unaona vilifanya kazi vyema katika hizi sessions ili tuweze kuboreka tunavyokwenda mbele? maybe we get another one to share, alafu tuende kwa upande wa pili wa hilo swali. You can write on the call chat feedback yako, what worked well ama unaweza inua mkono uweze kuongea. Now from the same question, tunauliza which sessions were most memorable. Zinalingana hizo maswali, but which sessions were most memorable to you, zenye unaona zilikugusa zaidi ama zilikusaidia zaidi? Which particular sessions can you talk of that were really memorable? Anybody? On that same question tunaweza uliza which particular guests unaona walikugusa zaidi? Which particular guests walikugusa zaidi? Naona GV Onganya ameandika, let me read. The sessions were greatly informative. Specifically, I got to understand what the men and women expect from each other. It gave proof that the two gender speak different languages, and if either doesn't understand the other, then it degenerates to stress, then depression. Ukweli kabisa, asante. Secondly, I liked the understanding of the facilitators on their topics, especially on the topic on the parts of the brain that relate to stress. Asante sana. This is very good feedback, GV. Thank you very much. Anybody else who can pour their heart in terms of what worked best for them, which sessions really were memorable, and which particular guests they feel were of value to the sessions? Again, Nuri again. No, Mwanaisha mwanzo alafu Nuri.
Okay, Mohammed, for me, I think all the guests were good in their own way, depending on the particular topic they were talking about. And I will say huyu aliongoza kuliko mwingine ama vipi, kwa sababu kila mmoja alikuwa anakuja na topic yake, na wingi walikuwa na zile topic zao waliweza kuzichambua vizuri na watu wakaweza kuelewa. Talking about Mama Anisa, Babu, Owino, the guests that we had facilitators ambao tulikuwa nao from Samba Sports, talking about Yvonne, talking about meditation and mindful breathing, they were all good. They made the sessions to be more informative because they had facts na walikuwa wanatueleza vizuri zaidi na kuweza kuelewa zaidi. Something to answer your first question, maybe naweza kusema the connection that we made during this whole sessions that ambazo tulikuwa nazo was wonderful, kwa sababu at the end of the day some of us made friends, met new people. Watu walikuwa wanafunguka zaidi kujieleza ni vitu gani ambavyo vinawaumiza. Some of us we are still bado tunafatilizia kwa watu wengine ili kuelewa wanafikia wapi, wanafanya nini. And it was wonderful. So the whole idea of coming up with this particular platform to talk about mental health, to let people talk about their own issues, to let people understand what is all about mental health, it was just a wonderful idea.
Thank you very much, Mwanaisha. I think one of the things that I can say personally from the sessions is that we have had several calls from several areas, people saying we are doing a great job, and people sending us clients to handle. And I can say, thank God, with the grace of God, all the clients that came like my way, we have very positive feedback. And everybody here, I think, have a story. So yes, we have built new connections, new networks. I think there's a level of trust and respect to the work that we do, which is also very good. Yes, anybody else? Anybody else with Nuri, your hand was up.
Asante Mohamed. Naona tukizungumzia guest ambao walistand out kwa upande wangu, mimi naamini Babu na Mama Anisa walikuwa exceptional, and I think it's not the level of understanding tu ambayo wako nayo na hiyo tunaita mastery of the topic, hapana. Lakini sasa the content delivery, yani imekuwa tu kiasi kwamba unasikiza utaki amalize, na akimaliza you still feel like ni kama umeanza upya tena kusoma hivi vitu. Kwa kwangu mimi wao wawili wali stand out, na mbali na vitu vyote, lakini ile mifano ambao walikuwa wanapeana ni mifano hai ambayo ipo katika maisha yetu, and I like the fact kwamba wao kwanza umri kwao umesonga sana, lakini wanavyoangazia haya masala yote wanaangazia katika hii generation ambao tuko sisi, of which ni kitu kingine cha msingi sana walikuwa wakikileta. So in as much as wao umri wao ni mkubwa sana, lakini wanaeleza vitu kiasi kwamba hata wewe ambao bado umri wako ni mchanga unavielewa katika perspective ambao unastahili kuwa nayo. So for me, wao wawili, if we have more of them, naamini wengi tutazidi kunufaika. Asante.
Thank you very much, Nuri. Kadzo Jali says the range of topics too was amazing. It was not black and white like textbook psychology. I think I am right to say there was a holistic approach to matters mental health. Thank you. That's good feedback. Again, I think we've said so much on the positive. If someone still has some positive feedback, you can still jot it down on the call chat. But let's go to developmental feedback, or what we can call improvement feedback. Where can we improve? Before we say which topics do we give priority in 2022, let us ask ourselves, where can we improve? How can we remodel the session so that they are more meaningful, of greater impact? Remember, we have three objectives with this Mental Health Tuesday. One objective is to create a safe space, to hold that space for people who need that space. Second is to be able to have them feel listened to, appreciated, and that what they say, what they feel is something that people empathize with them. Third, which is most important, is to make it impactful, so that we don't just do it, but does it have impact on the people that we touch? So considering all these three elements, how can we improve going forward? Nisi Musa has also written that the sessions zilikuwa poa sana. Thanks, nimerudi the original me cause nilikuwa nimezama kwenye dimbwi kali sana. Thanks Missy. I think this feedback is I think we live for this kind of feedback. Hata kama umechoka, umetoka kazini, you need to facilitate a session. Unasema, oh God, not again. But if people now say it was a therapy for them, then you feel that you did something great. So developmental feedback, how can we do this better? Areas of improvement, how can we improve? Again, Nuri, you want to go first? Nuri, please go. You wanted to go first?
Sawa, asante. Kuna vitu vingi ambavyo tumeviangazia kwenye hizi Mental Health Tuesdays, and as a keen observer nimeona kwamba in as much as tulianza na watu wengi sana ambao walikuwa wanafuatilia, and hatujajua sababu ya kuwa watu wamepungua ni, and I think it's one of the biggest question we need to ask ourselves. Why? Kwa sababu watu wengi sana wana matatizo ya mental health, na ikiwa sasa nafasi ipo lakini haitumiwi, hiyo inakuwa ni tatizo, kwa sababu what we are doing kwamba we are providing a very safe space where people can come in and share, not only sharing lakini pia they come and learn. And if this space is not utilized, then there are so many questions that we need to ask ourselves why. And it's for free, mtu halipi chochote isipokuwa ni bando lake tu. So I think ni aspect ambayo lazima tuiangazie kwa kina, so that we have more people coming in. Mtu atakuja asikize, ni bure, and not only that but they have service for free, counseling na nini. Kwa hiyo ni kitu ambacho tukiangazie, and as much as yes, watu wengi wanaogopa sana kujitokeza, lakini it's time that we put the message out there kwa marafiki zetu na si marafiki zetu, lakini we have it more of as an open conversation, kama vile ambavyo sisi wanaume tukiwa wawili watatu yatazungumzwa maneno 10, lakini 6 kati ya hayo haiwezi kosa kuhusiana na mpira wa football, either match ambayo ime happen the last few days. So I think it's the same thing ambao pia we need to adopt sisi ambao tumekuwa tukifuatilia sana hizi issues as a mental health, that we make it a conversation everywhere we go, kwamba by the way there's this, and let people come in and join in, kwa sababu we think vitu ni vingi vya kuzungumziwa na watu wengi wanaumia huko nje. So it's good if we make it if we normalize, actually si hata ku make it, but we normalize having this conversation, ili watu wawe na ule uchu wa kutaka kujua ni wajue ni vitu gani ambavyo tunavizungumzia.
Thanks Nuri for that. I think of course it's been a concern for us. Mwanzo ilikuwa kwa kwanza members wa Samba ilikuwa tunasukuma sana, please join, and then we had we were hitting 46 47, and then reached a point we went Facebook live, and also we felt people should not be pushed to join. People should be joining on their own volition, kwamba they feel they want to. And so the two factors also dropped the numbers, kwamba mtu asukumwi. Then there are some of us who felt maybe it's not a priority, we dropped. And then also Facebook live went, and then recording came. I'm asking myself, was Facebook live an alternative that people thought kama naipata kwa Facebook live sina lazima ya ku log in, or is it the fact that we were recording kwamba ataipata kwa YouTube anyway? Or if you flip the coin, we said in the beginning kwamba this is a safe space na hakuna yatakayoongewa hapa hataongewa pale nje, na tulipoanza kuenda Facebook live, was it a matter of tulisema this is safe, mbona tumeipeleka Facebook live, watu wengine watakuwa wanatusikia tukiongea? Or maybe if it is recorded, then nikisema vitu vyangu alafu viko recorded, si watu watanisikia, maybe ilifukuza watu. I think we need to analyze all these things, and yes, Nuri, we have work to do, and maybe have an analysis in terms, we may even do a survey monkey, tuseme ni vitu gani vinakufanya utake kuja, vitu gani vinakufanya ufeel hautaki kuingia ingine. I think this is an assignment, Nuri, we need to take. All right. A very interesting feedback from GV Onganya. Nasema the last session was meant for the men. Though I joined late, I didn't see any women online. My suggestion is we set some sessions for specific gender as you did, but allow the other gender to be passive participants. I'd wish to understand how other gender expects to be treated from their own saying. This is with regard to mental health. Wow, very important feedback. I think for us, actually ladies joined, and then we kindly asked them to leave. Hatukuwafukuza, but tusema leo kwa sababu ni siku ya wanaume wamekataa kufunguka, hebu maybe tuache wanaume wafunguke. So some ladies were joining, and then tukaomba watoke. Some ladies wanted to join, but nikaanyima nafasi ya kuingia, because I felt it's just a space for men. It may have been a wrong understanding for us, but maybe it was right. But this that you are saying is also right, that we give it an opportunity. We can have sessions that it's just for ladies with ladies, peke yao. We can have sessions that is just men with men peke yao, but we can have sessions ambazo it is for men but ladies wako pale wasikize, kwa sababu wanataka kujua kumbe wenzetu wanataka kubebwa namna gani. And we can have sessions for ladies and just have men listening without saying anything. Hata kama kimemgusa anyamazishwa, asiseme, iwe tu ni wakati wa ladies kutapika vile ambavyo wanataka kutapika. And talking about Nuri's suggestion kwamba we want to make this maybe I would say gumzo la kila siku. I'm thinking, can we do a mental health conference each quarter? A mental health conference is not online, but it is physical. Hata kama ni watu 200, we assemble somewhere and we have a guest and activities ambazo tunazifanya za mental health, and then a guest speaker, hata kama atakuwa anatoka Nairobi, India, wherever. But every quarter we organize for that mental health conference, and we just talk about matters affecting us, mental health, sako kwa bako. It's a suggestion that I'm thinking in my mind. Can we do that? I can see Mwanaisha, you have your hand. Take the stage.
Yeah, Mohammed, I love the conference thing. Na nimependa sana kwa sababu, and it will be itakuwa kama sisi tumeanza for the first time in Kwale maybe, ama in the whole of the country, na itakuwa with a very big impact. We can also mix, hata katika hiyo wakati hiyo forum, we can mix youths na sisi wengine ambao tumevuka upande wa youth, sisi wote we talk about mental health issues the whole day. If ni activities, games and all that, watu kujiachia and we just talk about mental health. I think it's about what GVN has said, or Onganya has said. Amezungumza kitu poa sana kwa sababu sometimes we may be talking about mental health for men, ama we be talking about mental health for women, but we don't understand each other because kila mmoja anaongea labda akiwa peke yake, ama kila mmoja anaongea kiupande wake bila yule mwingine kujua huyu mwenzangu anaongea nini ama angependa afanye nini kusaidiana. And katika hii dunia lazima tukubali, we need each other, the men and the female, we all need each other. Kwa hivyo ni vizuri uhusiano wetu uwe mzuri, lazima sisi kila mmoja aelewe yule mwingine. So if we have this sessions ambazo zitakuwa ni maybe specific for men ama specific for ladies, but the men are there listening to whatever the ladies are pouring out. Now it's for men, the ladies are there to hear what the men are pouring out. Itakuwa inaleta ile understanding, okay, so I'm here, I was struggling to niojulikane mimi niko hivi na hivi, ama nataka upande wangu uwe hivi na hivi, but kumbe mwenzangu ana feel hivi. So at the end of the day tunaleta ule uwiano wa kwamba mwisho wa siku ni kwamba sisi wote ni tujaliane na tuweze kusongesha mbele katika maisha yetu. Another thing ambayo ili kama feedback that I got from the male session, special session ambazo zilikuwa ni kwamba they actualized it kiasi ya kwamba wawe wanakutana either monthly once, wanakutana, they talk about issues, wamefikia wapi, wametoka wapi, ni kitu gani next wanaenda kufanya, what are the issues sasa hivi wanaweza kuzitackle, nini wasaidiane, huyu ana shida, alikuwa na shida imefika hapa, tumsaidie vipi. Hizi sessions are live, za one-on-one monthly, apart from the conference, pia zingekuwa zinaboreshwa, zingekuwa zitasaidia sana katika hizo session, kwa sababu not everyone ambaye iko capable labda kuingia online na kutusikiza ama kusikiza, but ile ya monthly, once monthly, kuonana one-on-one pia inaweza kusaidia kuboresha mtu zaidi, kumuelewa yule mtu zaidi anapoongea, anaongea on what ground. So they can be specific for female only, ambazo wanakutana face to face, and male only wanakutana face to face, and they talk about the issues. Yeah, huku kwa sessions ambao ziko online wamezungumza hapa na hapa na hapa. Next ni nini? Wakionana, sawa tulizungumza hiki, je tumetilia mkazo kipi? Kitu gani ambacho kimearise? Ni wapi ambao tutaweza kuboresha ili wale wenzetu na wao pia tuweze kuaccommodate, waweze kutuongelesha vizuri na tuweze kuboresha uhusiano. So for me, for all these opinions ambazo zimepeanwa, suggestions ambazo zimepeanwa, they are very nice, and to encourage people pengine tu kwa matters of attendance during the sessions. Take a responsibility. Wewe kwa mfano Machausa, you have a wife, you have a kid pale nyumbani, take that initiative. Leo kuna session, jaribu kumuhimiza if you can afford bundles for that person pia, ili na yeye aweze kusikia, kwa sababu maybe you cannot report exactly what has happened in the sessions, but yeye mwenyewe akisikia pia huwezi jua itamsaidia wapi. Not everyone will be able to talk katika hizi sessions, but to learn, everyone is capable to learn, and it's a space ambayo kila mmoja at the end of the day anaenda kusoma. Kwa hivyo tukizidi kuambizana, kukumbushana, kusapotiana, ili everyone akwe kwa session, pia tutakuwa tunasaidia sana. Thank you.
Shukran sana Mwanaisha. I can see Cephas ako na mkono. I just want to give feedback from the idea ya conference. I can see imepata uungwaji mkono mkubwa already, kwamba GV amesema quarterly mental health conference brilliant. Thanks GV, we count on you, kwamba uwe a notable presence there and your gang. Amani Kibera, my brother from Nairobi, anasema mental health conference is a powerful idea. Thank you. Amani anasema let's have that conference way more engaging, to be honest. Thank you. Abigail anasema I support the mental health conference. Misi Musa anasema let's have the conference. So basically, Kadzo Jali, listening with family and friends is a great idea. Try to listen with them. I try to listen with them. Thanks. I think the idea of a conference ni tayari kwetu, manake sasa lazima actualize. We have to make sure that happens. By end of March, we must make sure we have done a conference. We are equal to the task, so let's work on that. Mwanaisha and the mental health team, Abigail, Cephas, we have a duty now. Tumesema hichi na kimekubalika, so we must make sure it's done. Talking about Mwanaisha's feedback on the mental health program, tulikubaliana kwamba tunaanza kukutana sisi peke yetu kama wanaume, but later we may bring ladies, our spouses, to actually integrate the learnings and to bring more sort of a smart couple kind of thing on mental health. So that is already on the cards. Na tentatively, Mahmoud, tunaweza waambia tu kwamba tarehe 22 inshallah sisi tunaanza yetu face to face ya wanaume, tunakutana mahali beach, mahali quiet, tunafanya vitu vyetu, tukilia tulie, tukicheka tucheke, alafu tukirudi nyumbani tuko vizuri, ama vipi?
I had a concern.
So
Mr.
yes.
I had a concern pertaining whatever Madam Konia said, and the issue of male session and the female session on one-on-one. I had an idea, like because there's a session that is ongoing on mental health that's in Nairobi. So I borrowed the idea. What they usually do, they have a 3-monthly meeting whereby the first one will go for the male, the way we have planned. The second one will go for the female, one-on-one. And then as a closure of end year to give feedback and everything, we have a joint for both sides. And then from there now we can share the ideas. So give it a trial for this January, and then we see the impact. Then from that impact is where now it can come up with a large conference idea, and at least we'll be somewhere else.
Asante. If you can jot that down, I am trying to make as much notes as possible, but you can also write that down, Mahmoud, because we will use this normally.
Ashaandika kwa chat, Mohamed. Ameiandika kwa chat.
Yeah, so we will use these ones as reference, because all these chats ambazo tumekuwa nazo in the last 19 sessions tuko nazo kwenye folder, so when we go back we know what people said, stuff like that. So thanks. Naona kuna feedback hapa. Misi Musa anasema nakumbuka kuna session nililia sana, nikamtext Mwanaisha akaniambia nilie yangu yote. Believe me, after kulia nilipata nguvu sana ya kupambana. Hizi conference zenye zianze mapema. Je, hii session tuweza fanya za women pekee yake na men pekee yake? I think Misi Musa, idea yako inajibiwa na Mahmoud. I think what we can do, we can have like a session for men each month and a session for women each month separately. So maybe Mwanaisha and team can hold fort for the ladies session. I can hold fort for the gentlemen sessions, and then during the conference si tunajiachilia sote tukiwa pamoja, and we will try and get a budget, I don't know from where, so that twende mahali ambapo ni convenient, mahali ambapo kuna ambience, kuna ule utulivu, kwamba watu ukiangalia mazingira yana utulivu, and then we just make crazy things, and then a few sessions, and laugh and cry and jump, so that tukiondoka hapo hiyo kote inafuata tunaendia na energy yote. So we will try and integrate all these ideas as much as we can, and I know kama si tumekubali, God will always give us a way. Mama Riziki anasema it's workable and a good one, Mahmoud. Yeah, thank you. Irana anasema thanks a lot, I was in a closure but sahi, congrats to you, naomba iwe twice per month. Inshallah the mental health Tuesdays itaendelea, but sasa tutakuwa tunaongeza na hizi vitu vingine for as much as we can. I know it's going to be a tall order for the organizers na logistics, but let's try. Sisi wanaume tayari yetu 22nd itakuwa, maybe the ladies you can plan yours, and let's learn from the lessons, and then we can improve as we go. And then the conference, inshallah, by March we can have the mental health conference, the quarterly mental health conference. Mama Riziki anasema I had also suggested we have a support group therapy in Kombani. Kombani. Yes, the office, and this is Mwanaisha, Cephas, and Abigail. We are supposed to have people on standby every Monday afternoon and every Friday afternoon to offer that space, and we can use that as a support group. So kama nyinyi mnakutana, let's say Mama Riziki, Mwanaisha, Abigail, if you choose either Friday afternoon or Monday afternoon, then you can call that as a support group time. So anybody who comes, who is able to come, they are coming there to a space that is already created, and you will be able to hold fort for anybody who comes and they are vulnerable, because you guys, you're already a support group, then you are able to support them in the best way possible. All right, so your idea support group tayari ipo, and it just needs to be actualized. All right, sawa. Now the last question, kwa sababu tunaenda kumaliza. Cephas, yes Cephas, sorry I had forgotten you.
Yes, Mohammed, I just felt like hii ni kuandika inaweza ikanichanganya, but let me just express it the way it is. Start with the mambo ya conference. I think on 25th you did one at Kwale.
Yeah, it was an Islamic conference that had mental health, but it had different angles to it. Yeah, it's an example of that we did, and I can tell you already there are sheikhs that are calling on me or on us to share more, so that they are able to deliver in their pulpits. So it's already working. Yes, Cephas.
By saying that, I have a friend of mine who had opportunity to listen, and he was very, very specific among the guests who were invited. Anasema kwamba kuna jamaa anaitwa Mwachausa aliongea kitu ambacho kimemshika sana, mpaka yani kutoka hapo alikuwa anatafuta namba yako angalau muendelee kuongea. So I think the conference can give many people. It means that whatever we are doing even here is going to bring a very, very big impact. Now tukiwachilia kama conference, I think it will reach out to so many people such that hii idadi ambayo labda tunasema watu watajileta wenyewe. And maybe going back to ile ni kitu gani ambacho iliweza kupunguza idadi. You know, there are people who come with an over expectation, and some of them they think that it is a miracle that today you come then you get healed. I think we just need to advise them and maybe tell them that it is a process. So wale ambao labda walikuja siku ya kwanza na kiwewe kibao, basi wakaona ya kwamba watapona siku hiyo hiyo, ni vizuri tena tuwaelezee ya kwamba it is a process. Na on a very light note, mwingine alikuwa anasema ya kwamba we do it mpaka 2 am. which is very crazy. We have never gone past 9. So but ukiangalia sometimes ikifika 9, sometimes idadi inaanza kupungua. Number keeps dropping. So I think let us just still stick to the time ambao tuliweka. It is not bad time. Na to encourage wale ambao wanasema tunaenda mpaka 2 p.m. wajoin, waangalie kama tunaenda beyond that time. Thank you.
Sawa, Cephas, thanks for that wise crack as well. Yeah, inasemekana tunafanya hizi mental health Tuesday, tunaweka watu mpaka saa 8 usiku. Which is nice. If we are able to keep people kuanzia saa 2 mpaka saa 8, it means we are very powerful people. So I take that as a compliment rather than a criticism. Yes, there's another feedback here. Great resolution to begin this year. I think, Mohammed, we have some real analysis to make with regards to Facebook Live and recorded version on YouTube. We might re-evaluate our approach. Yes, indeed. Maybe kuna watu wanaona labda it's not safe anymore kwa sababu vitu zao zinaweza kuonekana. But again, let us do a survey monkey so that people anonymously can say what makes them not want to come back, and then we will be getting to go. Now the last question is because we have only 8 minutes to 9. Ningeomba tujue, as we move into 2022, which key topics do you think we should give priority to? Which topics do you think we should give priority to? I will start. There's a topic that I've always wanted to have it, but sikutaka tuifanye without enough technical support. Which topics in 2022? For me, suicide prevention. Suicide prevention is a topic that I really need us to engage. But this one may need 1.5 hours, not 1 hour. I don't know whether we'll have to do it during daytime or whatever, but it's a topic that needs to be done. I joined one session where I was a co-facilitator, but my inputs were very shallow. But there was someone that was invited by Diplomats for Health. That lady was very deep and thorough. Ukiondoka hapo ni kama mbona unasema unataka ku prevent all the suicides, because the information was just there. So that's one topic that I really feel we need to do. Mwanaisha, your hand is up. Let me read brother Wamani Kibera first. I'm actually thinking the first conference should be around Valentine's Day, and the day provides a great environment and mood for an open discussion between couples. Then I think you've given us a privilege to stop thinking. I think that is a wonderful plot, and that is 14th of February next month. So let's see how best we can work on that. If we can find an opportunity and logistics to bring it sooner, I think that would be the best Valentine's gift. Thanks. Mwanaisha, your hand is up.
Yes, amenibia idea yangu ya Valentine's Day, lakini wacha tu, nimekubali, nimempatia mkono aende nayo. The Valentine's Day, it's a great opportunity and I was really looking forward to it. And we can call hiyo month ya February si ni month ya mapenzi ama ni ya wapendanao, so we can do something venye amesema. Alafu another thing that I had in mind, it's about a topic ambao ulikuwa nao, is breaking free from the cycle of violence. A very good topic kwa sababu tumekuwa na vitu mingi, vita within ourselves, kwa mtu ndani kwa ndani inwardly, na kuna vita baina ya watu different. Unapata mtu anaweza kufanya kitu chochote, anaweza kumwambia mtu kitu chochote kibaya bila kufikiria manini and all that. Mauaji yamekuwa mingi apart from suicide, but kuna ile kuwa mwingine and all that, kuhurt mwingine and all that. So I was thinking about if we can talk about breaking free from the violent cycle of violence, we can also look and see where we can put it katika hizo topics zetu za 2022. But the Valentine's Day, wow, I'm really looking forward for it.
Asante Mwanaisha. I was typing that apart from the Valentine's Day, we could also look at some other international days like Day of the African Child, and we focus mental health to African children. We may also look at International Women's Day and focus mental health to matters that affect women mentally. We can look at Father's Day, International Father's Day, and focus our mental health. So we can do conferences and small gatherings during these days. We can also look at International Day Against Drugs, and also do something that is geared towards why do young people get into drugs because of stress and stuff. So that is something that I thought we could look at. GV Onganya again. There's a nexus between mental health and parenting for children, though parenting may be a separate discussion because it's equally big in scope. But we can think on how to discuss the nexus, identify some challenges in parenting that affect children mental health, also suggest solutions to the identified challenges. Actually, GV, I can tell you, like 90% of mental health issues, or even more, come from what we call ACEs, adverse childhood experiences. So actually, a lot of mental health emanates from mishandling by parents or by adults or by guardians. Mental health, a big part is about ACEs, adverse childhood experiences. So we respond to experiences that were very wrong. We respond to them during adulthood, what you call triggers and whatever. So when we are dealing with parenting, there are some small things that people may disregard, but they are a big contributor to mental health for young people as they grow old, as they grow into adults. They grow with attitudes and habits that okay, guys, my data played with me. We are almost closing. If there are any other contributions, please let's pour them down on the call chat. If there's anybody who wants to speak, you have a chance in the next 1 minute before we close. Abdul Hamid, you have a platform. Please speak up.
Okay, thank you. I think this is my first time to speak in these online sessions. Nimekuwa nikisikiza na nimefurahi, nimejifunza mengi na pale ambapo ningependa kuona tukiboresha zaidi ni kwamba mimi kwa wale wanaonijua mimi ni mmoja katika vijana ambao wanaongoza wenzao katika jamii katika miradi tofauti tofauti, na growing as a young leader nimeona my fellow young leaders na binafsi mimi mwenyewe wakati mwingine inafikia mahali responsibilities zinatulemea, na maybe kama tungeweza kupata guidance from any person who has more experience in young leadership, ingekuwa bora zaidi kwangu na pengine kwa wengine pia.
Thank you very much, Abdul. I think Nuri, if you may remember the words of Dr. Rafik all the time. I think it's an advice that he tells everybody that comes through his hands, that don't bite more than you can chew. We fall into that trap a lot of the time, that you want to do so many things as a young person. You have this program, you have this program, you have this other program. You want to do all of them, but you end up getting confused and getting lost because you don't have time and energy for all these things. So very true, Abdul. I think as part of mental health coaching, we need to be taught how to prioritize which things to do now, which other things to do later. I think that's a very important contribution, Abdul. Well, for me, I think we have done service for this session. If there's anybody who really wants to say something, I can see Mahmoud has risen his hand again. Yes, Mahmoud, for 1 minute or two, because we want to close before 5 minutes past 9.
Okay, thank you. I think we were talking about topics that we should give them priority as per the 2022 is concerned. And from my checkbook, there are things that I've noted that as you are giving these topics priority and so on, there are 3 goals that you told us about: space, the affection, attention, and so on. And in the second point that we're talking about matters of attention, I think right now the trending thing that is ongoing, it's all about the students. We are talking about the high school students, of which you can give them a high concern, since as per the news that are ongoing right now, as you heard the other day, CS Mago was talking about banning of boarding schools because of these issues of lesbianism and gayism in schools, you see. So we can also engage ourselves in such things. They will also give us number, because society will see how concerned we are to their sons and their daughters when they are at school. Remember, these students are undergoing a lot of things. I believe we are all teachers here under guidance. There are matters of irritabilities and mood swings, anxieties and low mood. There's dependence on whatever they see in televisions and so on. They want to make them work upon them. There's also emotional that lead these people to all these things. So if we can also encounter into it, we will also boost the agenda of this year's Magoha, and we will also help the society, and we'll gain a lot of number because we'll have that trust of parents on how we are guiding their kids. Thank you.
Thank you, Mahmoud. I have tried to capture it on the call chat, but what you are saying is that we have a gap, and I think that's where even Samba Sports said that we wanted to intervene. We wanted to intervene in adolescence, and I keep talking about loss of transitional ritual. Young people who are living childhood to adulthood during adolescence, they don't have people who appreciate kwamba wanatoka utotoni kuja kwenye ukubwa, so they wanajiona kwamba wanaondoka kwenye utoto, mili imeanza kubadilika, wameanza kuwa na nywele zinamea sehemu zenye hakukuwa na nywele, wanaanza kupata vifua vinapanuka na nini, sauti zinabadilika, wanaanza kupigiwa mbinja wasichana na nini, but every time they go back home wanaambiwa tu ni mtoto, usiniletee utoto wako. They are not given an opportunity kuambiwa kwamba you are growing na responsibilities are changing. That's a big gap. Na ndo pale Jivionganya akasema, can we talk about parenting? Actually, that's where parents go wrong, to allow children to be appreciated kwamba wanatoka katika utoto na kuja kwenye ukubwa. So the kids are struggling to show the society kwamba wamekuwa, and the society is struggling to show the adolescents kwamba nyinyi bado ni watoto. So that fight inafanya wanarepuka na wanafanya vitu vya maajabu sana. For a lady, for a girl, kitu gani kinafanywa na mama ambaye ni mtu mzima? Of course ni kuzaa na kupika na nini. I can do that. I can have a boyfriend. I can give birth. So unaniambia mimi ni mtoto lakini nakuonesha kwamba hata mimi naweza kuwa na boyfriend. So that's a gap ambayo inacreatiwa na parents na hata walimu. For a boy, mtu mzima anafanya nini? Anakaripia wengine, mtu mzima anaweza nyonga mwingine, mtu mzima anaweza vuta sigara na bangi, mtu mzima anaweza fanya several things. So mtoto, because amenyimwa nafasi ya kuonekana kwamba amekuwa appreciated kama mtu mzima, ana force kuonesha in the other way kwamba navuta bangi because mimi ni mtu mzima, you feel I'm not good. Nitashika watu ngeta kwa sababu unasema mimi si mtu mzima but mimi ni mtu mzima. So that's a gap, Mahmoud. So what is happening with the students is more of the lack of transitional ritual, and there's nobody who can tell these kids kwamba guy, don't struggle to show us kwamba wewe ni mtu mzima. We already know and we appreciate, but come slowly. All right? So that's the kind of language that they need and they don't get it. So it's a real concern. It's an area that we really need to intervene. How? I'm not so sure, but it's an area that people need to intervene and calm them down and tell them as a society, we appreciate kwamba we are becoming an adult and your responsibilities are more than just going to the shop na kununua sukari na mkate. You can also take care of other children in the house. You can also share your opinion in the family. You can also tell us what to plant in the farm. So those are the things that kids ambao wana grow in the adolescence wanataka kusikia, but sisi kama watu wazima tunaambia nyinyi ni watoto, you don't have space hapo. So Mahmoud, yes, that's an area that we need to intervene. It's 8 minutes past 9, guys. Unless it's very, very burning, I would want us to close there. If it's very burning, raise your hand. If not, then kindly let's close. It's been a wonderful session. It has really enlighten us on how best to move forward. So we will be talking and share what our next topic is for next week. Thank you very much. And God bless you. Then Oko, I will call you. I have a bone to pick with you. Nairobi ni mbali sana na wewe uko huko.
Haina shida. Hii simu ilikuwa tupigiane tu. I'm looking at it as an opportunity to, replicate the same here.
Of course, yeah. And
yeah.
We can have a wonderful
na Mahmoud and link pia na kile kikundi ambacho kiko huko.
Ben, you guys are doing wonderful work in Kibra. You are doing wonderful work. We are trying our best here. What we can do is also find a way of exchange visits. We can come see what you guys are doing and spread the word, and you guys can come down and also see what we are doing and create that network that is formidable.
Definitely hoping that in 2022 we'll actually visit, and we'll invite Samba also to visit.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh, karibu sana Stephanie, and thanks Kadzo for inviting Stephanie.